Yo, what is good, Life Podcast? What is good? What is good? Welcome back, man. It is episode 39, bro. We almost at big 40, bro.
Yeah,
40
yeah.
ball, bro. Yeah,
We
we're
have
almost at
40.
40, bro. This is
Damn.
insane, bro.
Nah, it's crazy.
Insane, bro. Like, I
We
know we
have
say
to
it almost
we
every
literally
stream, but bro,
can. Nah.
it's
Because
crazy.
40 is like 10 away from 50. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's
Damn.
wild, bro. And it felt like we just
That's
started,
wild.
bro. It feels like we just
Nah,
started, bro. I can't even cap. Um, but man,
that's crazy.
how was your weekend, bro? It's Tuesday, man. How was your weekend, bro?
W weekend,
Fire.
I was like a senior for the weekend.
Oh shoot.
I was at my own, I was surfing, so,
Ooh,
my weekend, yeah, my weekends I surf. It was my first weekend back surfing. It was pretty cool. I'm with a new team now, a new company, so met some new people.
that's fire.
But other than that, I got to see the bros again, talk to them boys. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Nah, this weekend was a really good weekend, actually, a really really good
Yeah,
weekend for sure.
that's
What
fire,
about you,
bro.
bro?
For me, man, honestly, bro, this weekend it was a lot of work, but I spent a lot of time this weekend kind of just growing with myself. I know I always say I'm growing with myself, but like really
Yeah,
like
hey, that's the
this
goal, bro.
weekend,
That's the goal.
yeah, this weekend I really like doubled down and got to like plan things. You know what I mean? Like I got to double down and actually
Mhm.
sit down and plan out how I want my future to look. So even though I've done that before, it's like it's always good to do
Yeah,
it
you
like
got to
here
go
and
back.
there
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, re-look at it, re-edit,
sure,
fix some things,
sure,
redo some things. But that's what I was doing this
sure.
weekend, man. And
Smooth,
yeah,
bro.
bro, it was smooth, bro. To get into today's topics, bro, I'm gonna ask you the first question, bro. Why does nobody teach us about? Wait, why does nobody teach us how to handle failure, bro? Like, why is that something that people don't teach? How to handle failure?
Because think about how many people fail, right? Like think about how many people
Ooh,
are attempting to fail. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like a lot of times we don't ever hear about failure because other people don't look to fail, right? Or a lot of times a person can fail, so they try to tell a person to avoid failure because they don't want a person. They say, "Oh, I don't want you to go down the same route as me. I don't want you to do the same thing as me." But it's like, I, let's say if you tell me, "Yo," let's say a person teach a person like, "Yo, like if you do this, you might fail." It's that you might like let me try it, right? If I do fail, I'll learn from the failure. And that's
Yeah.
another thing too. Like people don't teach it because they don't know how to learn from it. They think once you fail, it's over with. Like that's the end of the day. But
Mm.
like failure is just a learning. Like failure is just to learn. And people don't teach about failures because they don't learn from failure. I think that's my honest opinion. What about you, bro?
I like that. For me, man, I honestly think like nobody teaches us it because like you just think about school, right? Like we all go to school growing up, and for the most part, when you get a bad grade on the test, it's not like, oh, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You could do it the next test. It's like you failed. They make it seem like you failed. They make it seem like
Mm.
you're down. So what school does is like they built that up for so many years since we were like 4 or 5 years old. They've been giving us tests. You know what I'm saying? And if you fail it, people think you're dumb, da da
Sure.
da. Like you just hear this growing up. So imagine hearing
Yeah.
that the whole time while growing up until you're older. You're not gonna know how to handle failure. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all. Like anytime you handle failure, you just put yourself down because other people put you down. Your teachers put you down. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff that puts you down, it allows you to
Yeah.
not know how to handle failure. So when failure comes, you just get down, you just sit down, you just relax. You don't know how to get back up on your feet. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like it's
I like
something
that.
that has been taught to us from a kid is to how to handle. Well, not really how to handle failure, but like how to not handle succeeding, right? Like they always make us fail, right? Like if they not make us fail, but if you fail, they make it a
It's
bad thing. That's what it is. They make it such a negative thing to fail. So we look at failure as a bad thing. We got to stop instead of looking at it as okay, let's try again next time. Let's try again this time. there's not many teachers that's out there that will give you that second chance, will give you that, that extra chance. And that's really what it is. Like in school, you don't get a second chance. They don't give you second, third chances, fourth chances. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like the end of the year test. So it's like you never
Yeah.
really know how to handle that failure, because every time you fail, it's like, okay, boom, I fail, I get a bad grade. Now I'm a bad student all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm,
makes you seem like a
yeah.
bad kid, bad student, just because you're failing. But in reality,
I like that.
school is meaningless at the end of the day, right? Like, I'm not gonna say it's meaningless, because you do learn a lot. But in the real, like, actual world, you really don't use what you learned in school. You get what I'm saying? You kind of unlearn everything, to be real. Um, but yeah, like, I feel like school is like the main thing that keeps us in this mindset of like failure and not being able to break it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I
So
think.
so I think I have a question now. Like,
Talk
so
to
do
me.
you feel like, the question was, how why are we not taught to handle failure? Do you think that we're taught to handle failure the wrong way?
Ooh. Yeah, I think so. I agree. I like that. I think that we are taught the wrong way. We're not taught how to like actually handle failure. We're not taught to that, okay, if you mess up this time, it is okay to try again, but in a different perspective, right? In a different way, right? Like for example, if we got a bad grade on a test, instead of like them giving us an F or being like you're a bad student now, they could be teaching us things like, okay, let me show you why you got this question wrong. Boom, let me show you, do. And most people don't do that. Most teachers don't do that. You get what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah.
like I agree with what you said. Like, yeah,
I think that's what it is. Like, and we're taught how to, like, handle failure.
I just thought about it.
Oh, dang, rookie. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. So we're taught how to handle failure for sure, but we're taught the wrong way. I think, in my opinion, is like, everything has a reaction. So we're only taught how to react to certain
Ooh,
situations
facts.
off what people showed us or what people told us. So let's say, for instance, like, you know, your mom or your dad, like, they say they try to go some type of route, but it didn't happen, right? The first thing they say is, "Oh, I had a kid, so I had to stop doing this," right?
Mm,
And so, since to them, they think having a kid kind of like, made them fail. But honestly and truthfully, in my heart, I feel like me having a kid gonna make me succeed. You know what I'm saying? Because,
yeah,
and it's gonna make me go harder. And, if a person, that's why people say, "Nah, I don't want to have kids at this age. I don't want to have kids at this age," because they're not taught on how to handle having a kid, right? They think
facts.
once you have a kid, everything ends, and that just translates to, once you fail, they think everything ends, but that's not the case. That's not true. Like, when you fail, in my heart, I don't really look at failure.
Yeah,
That's
you
nothing
can't
too.
really.
Like, can't really fail, right? And I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like, we're taught how to handle failure just on the thought that, like, we even got failure on our mind. Like, if we're taught everything the right way, it wouldn't be no failing. It would just be learning.
Ooh,
We'll be taught
facts.
on. Yeah. We'll be taught on how to, like, handle certain situations when it comes to anything. Because, honestly and truthfully, there's always a way out of everything, right? You can't really fail. So I think it's not about like how I think it's not about how we're taught how to handle failure. It's what we're taught when failure comes to us, right? Like, when something hard comes,
Yeah.
when a situation appears to us. So I think, especially for us, like, us, like, we're in a position to where, like, we're able to, like, show people, like, you don't really fail, you just got to keep going. For
So,
instance,
question.
you don't really fail. Yeah.
So how can somebody like get out of that mindset of failure, right? Like how can somebody stop thinking about like stop thinking about failure? How can you change somebody's perspective and make them look at it in a
Yeah.
different
So,
way?
so for sure, like, I mean, think about failure, right? The only time you really fail is when you try something so big, right? Something
Mm,
when you try something that's, like, unimaginable. Really, you can't really think about it. So the way you get yourself out of the failure mindset is you just set yourself up for small wins, right?
ooh,
Because whenever you set yourself up for small wins, guess what you're doing? You're building confidence, right? You're building momentum. You're building that the thought of, like, oh, I can do anything, right? And then once you get that thought of, I can do anything, when a moment of failure comes, you looking at it like, oh, it's all right, I just keep going, right? Like, you set yourself up for a big moment
yeah,
rather than just trying to jump into a big moment, right? And I think that's how you handle failure. your small actions, your small wins are bigger than your big wins, honestly, right? Because your small wins is what makes your big wins. So focus on just small wins. If you like confused or you just don't know what you're doing, or you just stuck in a failure mindset. The only reason you're stuck in a failure mindset is because you haven't given yourself opportunity to win. Like,
Mm.
just set a small goal, and once you achieve that goal, feel the feeling of, oh, I did something good, right? That's something too. You gotta be able to feel the feeling of winning. The only way you can feel the feeling of winning is by winning is something that you're good at, rather than trying to you know accomplish some crazy thing off the ripple.
Yeah.
You don't understand how you're not gonna be able to, like, you're not going to understand the feeling of when you make it, right? You're not going to understand the feeling of the big win, and you can't understand the feeling of a small win. So I like that question. What about you, bro?
For me, man, I feel like I agree, bro. Like, give yourself little wins, and give yourself, like, separate your mind from thinking from a failure mindset. So if we gotta crack your mind and you start thinking more positive and think good things, I feel like the first things first is, like, realize why what is failure to you, right? Like, look at the word failure. What does failure really mean to you? You know what I'm saying? And if you're somebody that looks at failure as, okay, if I fail at something, then that means it's the end of the world, right? But you got to realize that you failed at something probably before in your life, right? You failed at, who knows, bro? You tried to walk when you was a kid, right? You failed as a baby, but you got back up and you started walking again, right? Now you walk as regular as a human. But it took repetition, it took years, it took time for you to, you know what I'm saying, get to be able to walk on your feet. You get what I'm saying? So look at things like, even little things like that. Just remembering who you are, and you get what I'm saying. Just remembering the person that you are, and realize that you can't fail if you just keep trying. You get what I'm saying? If you
Like,
keep trying at
yeah,
something, how can you fail, right? Like, literally think that's literally just it. Remembering when you was a kid. Like I said, remember when you was a kid trying to walk. Just that remembrance right there will allow you to switch your mind from, dang, I failed at something before. What makes it different now? You get what
what
I'm
makes it
saying?
different now?
What makes it
I
different
like that.
now?
hmm
My bad. I
Now I
thought you
like
was.
that. No, no, no. I want to add on to that, because that's what the biggest thing is, bro. Like, you have to understand that, like, you're never not always going to win. I think that's the biggest thing too, because
Facts.
no, the reason we handle failure the wrong way is because we think we're supposed to win,
Yeah.
and we handle failure the wrong way because we don't we don't expect failure. Like, sometimes you have to understand that, like, it might not work out. You understand? Like, sometimes it's not, no, a lot of times it's never going to go the way you want it to go.
Facts.
That's what it really be like. We can have this amazing plan, this amazing, you know, stick to the script, but things happen externally. Like, if a person driving, their tire might fall off, and now they can't even go to where they want to go. It's
Facts.
something so simple as that. So I think that's another big thing when it comes to failure, is like, a lot of times, if you ever do fail, you have to realize, like, if maybe it wasn't just for you, right?
Facts.
Or maybe God has a better plan for you. Something bigger is coming to you, and I think that's another big thing, because we expect win, and that's good, of course. But when you're not winning, that's a big difference there too. Like, when you're not winning, you start to question, you start to doubt, you start to not trust, and then that's when you become have the failure mindset, because you're not winning.
I like it.
And you have to have a mindset. You always have to expect what you have to be expect good, but everything should be good, right? You can't say, if something doesn't go your way, you can't be like, dang, man, I wish this happened. That right there, that's a failure mindset. You gotta have gratitude towards everything. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I
So
agree, bro. I feel like we kind of just put this expectation on everything we do that it kind of just confuses us, throws us off when it doesn't happen. And like you said, just because we're doing something, yeah, it may be done, but it may be not done in the exact way that we think it's going to be done because of our expectations. For example, I probably thought I was going to hit 5K, or I thought I was going to hit my subs on doing IRL content, but now I'm doing gaming. It's like it's a part of life. It still happened, but it
yeah,
wasn't the way I thought it was gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So it's little
yep.
things like that I didn't look at it as a failure though. Like, oh, I failed IRL content. No, it's just something I learned. Okay, this didn't work for me. Boom, let me try something else, and it worked. You get what I'm saying? So it's like those little things. It be little things like that. Like imagine I didn't take my gaming content serious, right? Like I probably would still be 2K or even higher. Like who knows? You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You'll never know, and it is not for you to know. You don't not supposed to have an expectation for it because like just do it and obviously expect good, but don't have this big expectation that everything is gonna fall into place how you think it is, because that's not necessarily true. It might take years. It might take 5 years. You might still get there. This is the thing though. I feel like you have to remember that you'll always get there. Like your main goal, you'll always get there. Just don't put a date on it. Don't expect it to be here by tomorrow. Don't expect it to be here by next week. Just know that it's gonna happen, but don't have that expectation. That's literally law of attraction, right? You thinking about it, you want it, but then you're detaching from the date, and it'll come to you. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll add.
I like that. Sure.
But
yeah, I don't say that because that's really what it be a lot of the times. Like we're not taught how to detach, right? Like we're not taught how to like release and let go. So whenever you're attached to something, that's when you begin to fail because you feel like you're losing the grip. You feel like, oh, it's slipping away from me.
But it's not.
And whenever something's slipping away from you, you start to panic. And once you start to panic, guess where you start to collapse and fold. That's what I'm saying. And that's when it becomes failure. So like really a lot of the times you don't fail like that. It's steps to failing. You don't want to get trapped in the steps, right? You don't want to set yourself up for that mindset of failure. Because you don't automatically think, oh damn, I failed. You don't that's not your first thought. Your first thought is, oh, why isn't this happening for me, right? Like, dang, I wish this happened for me, right? And I was like, man, I failed. It's three things you say to you actually start to feel failure, right? So you don't want to, put yourself up for failure. You want to avoid those thoughts. Like everything's starting your thoughts first. Like, dang, this post didn't get 500 views. Dang, I didn't get this amount of money. Dang, I failed. Boom, it's over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to get trapped in your thoughts. That's really what failure is, trapped in your thoughts. Because you don't ever really fail, right? You don't ever really fail until you start to think. And once you start to think, you start having battles with yourself. But have good thoughts, right? If you expect good, you get good. Happy.
I agree, man. Honestly, I got no more questions on that topic. You got a question on that topic? I bet. We can go ahead and slide into the next topic, man. And it's kind of like a little bit into this, kind of. It says, the question is, the internet, well, it's not really a question, but it's like a topic. The internet made everyone feel behind. What do you think about that? Do you agree, disagree?
I agree.
Well, how do you feel about it?
I think everyone feels behind, yes, in the social media world because they want what he got, what she got, right? And I think it's only going to get worse because it's more people going into the media now. It's more people, it's like the youth, right? It's the younger kids going on social media. So I do think that social media is really gonna be like one of those the devil, right? The devil is just gonna go to work using social media. Like he found another platform to be able to reach and attack people. So social media it gives people the thought that they're failing, they're not doing enough. Honestly,
that's facts.
That's what it does.
I agree, bro. I agree. Like the internet make you feel behind, and it's something that we shouldn't feel behind by. Seeing other people do things and seeing other people live the life that you want to live is still, you have to remember to yourself that I have my own journey. I'm on my own path. I feel like most of us forget that we have our own journey, and we get so caught up in somebody else's, no matter if they're the same age, right? Because that's usually what it is you hear people younger than you already making it, or making it, whatever you view making it as, right? We have people that's younger than us making more money, younger than us living the life that we want to live, of course, right? But you have to view it as like, yeah, they're living this life, but I could do the same thing, right? I could do the same thing. And that's what's going to separate your mindset from making you feel behind, right? Because we all, I'm not going to say we all, because I don't feel behind no more. But at some point, I did feel behind, right? I did see other people winning. I did see people around. I never hated, but I did was like, dang, I wish I was in that position, right? And not putting in the work. And once you, like, I feel like the internet keeps you so stuck because you keep watching it, you keep going on your phone, you keep going on the internet. That's already what's keeping you there. You get what I'm saying? We looking at all these other people on the internet and we're watching them for hours and we don't even realize it. You get what I'm saying? We sitting there scroll for hours and hours and hours, and of course you're gonna feel behind because now it's like you didn't do nothing with your day. You know what I'm saying? You just sat there and scrolled. So of course you're gonna feel behind because you didn't do nothing with your day. You didn't get your day started. You didn't pray when you woke up in the morning. You didn't have a plan to start your day. So of course you're gonna feel behind. You're gonna feel like, dang, I'm behind, bro. All these people making the money and stuff like that. They making the money because they're setting up their day. They're doing what they have to do throughout their day. They're not sitting there scrolling all day. They're sitting there posting. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference. You have to catch that difference. You can either be the consumer or you can be the creator. That's up to you. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
I like that you said that too because that's really the truth, right? Like we all, and it's it's sad to say, right? Like we all have social media, right? And we all have the same tools to use it in our advantage. Like nobody has like a upper hand on somebody. Like we all have the same opportunity.
Facts.
And I think people feel behind because they're not using their opportunity, right? Like the same way a person can go post, the same way you can go post. Why aren't you posting, right? And I think it just comes down to like lazy, right? You're just lazy, and you just stubborn. That's not like you stubborn. You like, man, I don't got time for this. But why you want to sit there and be that person? So why don't you have time for it? You want to sit there and scroll and like, I wish, I wish, I wish. So why aren't you doing it? Like, what makes them better than you? And like I like you made a good point. It's like, why not you? Like, why can't you do it? And the first thought they have is like, oh, I don't got many followers. Then
How you gonna get there though?
how you gonna get there? How did they get there? Right? They
Facts.
got the same thing as you. So what do you expect? Like, nothing's gonna happen overnight. You gotta put the effort. You gotta put the work in. And I think like another thing about social media that that really goes over a lot of people's head is that like social media it's fake, right? It's not always true. Like a person can be dead struggling, but they can go post somebody else's car. What I'm saying right there, that's gonna make you think, oh, I want that car. Or, oh,
Facts.
woo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you can't always believe what you see on social media. You feel what I'm saying? You just you don't want to get attached to social media. I think that's another thing too. Like people are attached to social media. Their lives
Facts.
revolve around social media, and you won't make it like that.
I agree, bro. Like, I agree. Like everybody, most people have their face stuck to their phone, and of course you're gonna feel behind. Like, of course you're not gonna do the things that you need to do because you so fixated on your phone, bro. You worrying about what DDG did yesterday, and you got your whole day to go through today. You know what I'm saying? You just woke up this morning, but you worrying about what a streamer did last night, or you worrying about a content creator what he did last night, instead of fixating on your life, worrying about your life. Okay, how can I better myself today? What can I do today that's gonna help me improve, right? How can I stay off my phone for a little bit and do something productive today? You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what's making you feel behind. You're not doing nothing productive. You're not doing nothing throughout your day. I feel like even if you just spend less time scrolling and maybe cleaning up, right? Clean around the house, do something, get active, make yourself unlazy. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll start to realize, like he said, everything on the media isn't real. Like, I mean, some things is, some things isn't, bro. Like he says, people could be struggling. Most people are really like struggling for real, but they will post that they in another country. You get what I'm saying? In another state. Or they popping bottles and doing all this stuff. But in reality, it's hard. You get what I'm saying? In reality, it's hard. But because people keep this image on the internet, they gonna keep doing it. You get what I'm saying? They gonna keep living, struggling, paycheck to paycheck. It is what it is. But that's how some people are. If you don't get like unattached from your phone, and just do things in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have like the things on your phone, things on the internet. It doesn't mean nothing, bro. Everything in your real life means everything to you. You only keep the memories in your real life, right? You only see the things. You only remember the things that you caught in real life. You're not gonna remember something that was on your phone 10 days ago, but you'll remember something 10 days ago that you did in person. You get what I'm saying? You'll remember, okay, 10 days ago I went to go hoop, or 10 days ago I went to the gym and I got my body right. You'll remember something like that, rather than, oh, I scrolled on TikTok, I seen this one TikTok 10 days ago. Like, and if that's how your mindset is, then you need to start living in reality more. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the internet. And I'm not gonna say get rid of it, because that's something that like kind of helps us all, is the internet. It depending on how you use it. You get what I'm saying? So if you have good things on your phone, good things on your timeline, you know what I'm saying, most likely your life gonna start to be good. Your life gonna start to get better. Like, I didn't realize my life started to get better once I stopped liking like female pictures and all that, unfollowed, bro. It was like you just kind of start seeing your own life shift, because now you get motivational TikToks, motivational videos, then you get videos on self-improvement. Those are the type of things that you want to watch, because that's the type of journey you on. You want to get better as a person. But obviously, if you only worrying about models and stuff, that's what's going to be on your feed. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be on your feed. Or if you, I mean, it's cool to laugh and stuff here and there, but, you know, have something on your feed that's gonna help you improve yourself, like something that you could take advice from and learn in your day-to-day life, and that's what will help you grow. That's how you can use social media in a good way. You get what I'm saying? But if you want to use it in a bad way, like I said, bro, you can keep liking models' pictures, do all that, bro, if you want to. I don't advise it, because I think if you want to really become successful or do something positive in your life and become somebody, you kind of have to get rid of those things, because those ththings, they're not going to get you to where you want to be. If anything, it's going to take away from you, right? It's going to take money from you, all the type of stuff, bro. But at the end of the day, you want to learn with yourself, grow with yourself, and even stop being on the internet. That's the main thing. Just stop being on the internet like that.
Yeah, and I like, the valid point you made is how you use the internet, right? Because in my opinion, and that's why I said this question is so tough, because in my honest opinion, and the way I use social media and the way I use everything, I feel like I'm nowhere near behind, right? In my heart, in my head, I feel like I'm ahead, right? Because I feel like I use social media in a way that's more for me, right? I'm not just ever on social media, just, you know, just there. Yeah, like whenever I'm on social media, it's aligned. It's going to align with my purpose. Or even when I post, it can be something so small as a post. Like if I post, it has to be something aligned with my purpose. Or I can't just post to just post, right? And I'm happy you said it, because, you know, if you use social media in the right way, you won't feel behind. Or if you use social media in the right way, you'll feel like, you know, social media isn't bad at all. Because that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even though sometimes, you know, I need breaks where I got to delete social media, it's just for me to just, you know, stay keep that balance, right? Stay even, to just, you know, not need social media, but I'm saying I have a life, right? So, you know, I have my moments where I want to delete social media, or, you know, I just take a little break from it. But it's not bad. To me, social media isn't bad at all. It's just the way we perceive it, the way we use it. And that's why I say, like, a question like this, it's hard to answer it when my mindset is like, social media isn't bad to me at all. Social media to me is one of the best tools right now, right? Social media is you want to be successful, you know, use social media to be successful. And it's not wrong to me. It's not, you're not using it in the wrong way. But if you start to, you know, just do all the or post for, remember, I'm gonna do it for the Vine, do it like when you do stuff like that. And that's when it becomes wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think in my opinion, you gotta understand what you're using social media for, to not be, you know, feeling behind or whatever.
I agree, bro. I feel like if you use social media to align you with your purpose, or even to allow it to, like, like flow within your when you're within your lifestyle, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's is when like it's when we start to go hours and hours. I feel like that's when it starts to get a little bad. But like he said, social media isn't bad at all, because if you're using it for a good way, like for example, like we use it in a good way. We use it to give out information, to give out game, to tell you something real, right? To help you learn about yourself, to grow with yourself. So it's like we're using it in a good way. And also the things we may see on our feed, it might be the similar things that we're posting. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And most people is like you said, if you're just on post for the vine, just do it for the vine. Of course, that's the type of feed that you're gonna have, and that's the type of stuff you're gonna always see. Do, and it may not even work like that, right? And it's not even aligned with you. It's not aligned with your purpose. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like pointless. You're just doing it for attention. You know what I'm saying? Rather than to spread a message, to actually mean something, to have a what do you call it? Forgot the word, bro.
Purpose.
Huh?
Purpose.
No, no,
Purpose.
no, no. Purpose, but intention. Intent.
Intention.
You need to have
Intention.
a intent when you get on media, right? Like have an intention. Okay, I know I'm gonna get on social media today, but I know I want to post this video, and have intentions with your video, right? Know what you're gonna post in a good way though, right? Like know something positive that you're about to say. Know something that you can give to the world, right? Like how can you improve the world by using your media, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
facts.
what makes media good, right? How can we
Yeah.
change the world? And even though we may not change the world, but we can change little by little, right? We changing 1 to 2 people a day, 1 to 2 people here and there. That's still a change in the world. Imagine 1 to 2 people every day for the next 5 years. That's 3,000, 5,000 people, right? So you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot of people that you helping every single day if you just the small things, right? The small things helping people. Like I said, have intent. But if you don't have an intent, you're gonna allow people to like fall more into the world, right? More into
Yeah.
the bad things instead of helping them see good, see success, see positive things for themselves. That's what we do, right? We allow people to see what they can achieve, hear what they can achieve if they really put their mind to it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
No, that's for
is
sure. I
you
like.
gotta have that like that purpose driven, right? You gotta have that purpose when you're posting, bro. So that's what I
Right.
think, man. I don't know.
That's the truth. I like that. That's really what it is, bro. Because having your intent is what you want to get back. Like if you intend, to help and guide people, you're most likely going to help and guide people. But if
Facts.
you intend to just post for, for a reaction, you're gonna get a reaction. It might
Yep.
not be the reaction you want, but you're gonna get a reaction. You what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I like that. I like that.
Facts, man. And I ain't. You got any more questions? No. I ain't got no more
Nah,
questions
that's
either,
it.
man. This was episode 39. I know we was a little late today, fellas. We apologize, man. But
Yeah,
look, we showed up.
man.
We
You
showed up.
showed up.
At the end of the day,
Showed up.
man. It's episode 39. Wait. Ooh, what's your closing words for the day? My fault. I
Yeah,
almost.
man.
I'm
My closing
moving.
words gonna be lock in. We're at halftime now. It's May coming up to June.
Talk about it.
We talked about it, so this is your lock in phase. Your you know build good habits. Nah, I can't even say build good habits. Like apply. Now it's time to apply. Right. At first, we was being stable, and then we took a little bit of elevation, separated. But now it's time to apply everything that you first started. So be strong, be disciplined, stay focused, and just keep going, bro. Like this is where you see who you really are, because when it's the loudest, everybody partying, everybody inviting you, everybody want to do this, do that, everybody want to feel me. This is where you show who you really are. Like we get it so wrong, right? Everyone tells us who are you when no one is watching, but it's who are you when everyone is watching. Like who are you when the pressure's on you, because pressure makes diamonds, right? You can't be a diamond in the dark. You got to be a diamond when it's bright. Nobody
Facts.
can see through a diamond. They only see through glass, right? So This is where you become a diamond out right here. This is the pressure. Think about like, the perfect example I give. I was just talking to my homeboy the other day. Is like, you know, summer, summer, summer is literally the devil's days, right? Why? Because it's so high. It's so much he can do. So much he can do. This is his time where he shines out, right? And it's so much pressure. There's so much pressure for a believer. There's so much pressure for a
Mm.
person who trusts God, right? And why I say that, because it's so high, it's so loud, it's so much you want to do, it's so much you want to see, and it's so much pressure because like we don't want to do it, but you're not understanding pressure makes diamonds, right?
Mm.
Pressure is where you built at. So you get through the summer, you stay strong through these quarters. When it's dormant, when it's cold out, and everybody glass, everybody, they fragile, they broken, because during the summer they weren't getting built. They was distracted by the devil. And we comes to winter, guess what? That diamond is built, that diamond is formed. So you're almost there, right? Like everything you pray for, everything you wanted, like it's literally on the other side, right? Right now we're in the middle of the heat. We're in the hottest. This is the hottest. This is the hottest it's gonna be. This is the loudest it's gonna be. This is the devil's days. Like the devil wants, right? The devil is excited, right? He's hot, he's hot, he's hot, he's hot. But when winter comes, guess what the devil do? He goes. Yeah, it's not for him. And a believer, a true believer, is going to survive in these summer hot days. A true believer is going to survive when party going on. A true believer is going to stay away from the distractions, right? So, my word is going to be, like I said, bro. Like, start applying your good deed, your good habits, your good deeds, and be ready to be built. Be ready for the pressure. Be ready to be a diamond. That's all I got.
That shit was fire though, bro. Like, I was tuned in, bro. That was fire, man. My closing words for the day. I can't top you on that, man. But my closing words for the day. Shoot, bro. Man, don't look at failure as failure, bro. I'm gonna speak on the topics today, man. Don't look at failure as failure, bro. Just look at it as another stepping stone, right? Because sometimes that failure is what we need to get redirected, bro. Look at it as redirection. Don't look at it as no failure. Look at it as redirection. How can I redo something? How can I improve on something? So, I think just don't take failure as a loss. Take it as more as a lesson and reflection, and you know what I'm saying. And that's that. That's simple. Don't take failure as failure, bro. Don't take it as failure. Don't take it as you getting beat down, knocked down. Take it as, okay, I got tripped up. I gotta get back up though. Just look at it as you trip. Don't look at it as somebody beating you down. Look at it as I trip and I gotta get back up, man. And that's that, man. Hey, man, this is episode 39, bro. Love y'all boys, man. We'll see y'all Thursday, 8 p.m. same time. Y'all, love y'all. Safety.
Safety.